plan to beat Bill Owens, given the division in the Republican Party and his huge fundraising advantage? How do you plan to beat him?
How do I plan to beat Bill Owens? Again, this is the key as to why I have the best chance and why I should be the nominee of this great Republican Party and win the primary on September 14th. First of all, you mentioned fundraising. That's actually, not true. That in terms of the aggregate, I was able to fundraise and put in with my own hard-earned money. We certainly will have the resources to compete against Bill Owens. There's no question about that. I've proven it over the last 9 months. We will have the resources to make sure that our conservative message, our limited government message, our message to say stop to Obama, to Pelosi, that will be heard all over the 23rd Congressional District. Now, how am I actually going to beat him? It's going to be twofold. Number one, it's going to be my personal qualities in terms of understanding the issues, both nationally, as I think we've talked a little bit tonight, but also locally. Understand what those national policies, how it's going to impact the rider down in Madison County or Beekmantown in Clinton County, how that's actually going to come before, be able to connect with the voters, both not only Republican, but certainly independent and any other right-minded person. Now, you take that understanding of the district, the depth, the fluency of issues, my economic experience. I mean, look, I've turned around and invested in troubled companies. I understand what it takes to create jobs. I understand, I've seen job destruction. I've seen companies fail. I know what it takes. And I'll bring that same skill set to what really is the biggest troubled company in the world right now, which is unfortunately our federal government. That skill set is going to go a long way to making sure that we get the seat. Look, on top of that, we have natural Republican advantages, but you have to be able to articulate these principles. You have to understand that while we certainly have almost 45,000 vote advantage, you have to be the spokesperson in chief. You have to be willing and able on a stage just like this to square off with Bill Owens and say, let me tell you why you're wrong in cap and trade, why you were wrong in health care. And I have the ability and the ammunition to do that. Why? Because I've been working so darn hard. I've visited every hospital in the district and few outside the district. I've actually heard the issues. I understand. Bill can't, I've read the bill. I've done all the research. Bill can't sit there and lecture me on, no, it's best for the country. No, it's not. Whether it be other issues, everything from the inheritance tax to tax policies to deficits. Look, our current congressman is wrong. He's wrong for you. He's wrong for the district. And he's wrong for America. That's why I'm going to be successful. That's why I need to be successful on September 14th. Give me a chance with Bill Owens. I will produce results, and I can make you proud as your new congressman come January in Washington. Thanks, Chris. Doug?
Okay, the way I'm going to beat Bill Owens is just the way that we started out last year, where he promised that he wouldn't vote for anything that would raise taxes for the middle class, would not raise taxes for small businesses, and would not reduce Medicare benefits for people collecting it now. He violated all three of those pledges the minute he got onto the congressional floor by voting for the health care bill. He had a chance to redeem himself in March, and he voted for it again. We've seen time and time again that Bill Owens is Nancy Pelosi's puppet, and he will do what they tell him to do, even if he knows it's bad for the 23rd District. I'm going to beat Bill Owens in November because I am the only candidate that can combine the Republican Party and the Conservative Party. And historically, Republicans up here need both of those parties to win against a Democrat. And I plan to work hard for the next week. I've worked hard for the last 9 months with the grassroots and the base of the party, and they are behind me. And that's how we're going to win, is with the Republican and Conservative parties together. And we will be able to defeat Bill Owens in November. Money will come once the primary is over. People are holding back to see who's going to win, and they will support. And the money will come in, and we will be able to win. I still have the momentum from last year. I received over 60,000 votes, almost 70,000 votes last year. That momentum will carry through both the primary and the general election, and people know that I am the candidate that not only grew up here, but I have been devoting my entire life to helping the 23rd District by creating jobs, creating businesses, serving in the Army, helping and volunteering for organizations, being a community leader, and raising a family here. All those attributes are very important for your next representative in Washington, because I am one of you, and I will represent you, and I won't forget you and vote against you once I get there.
Matt, 30 seconds.
Look, again, the fundamental reality is my opponent had a chance. Unfortunately, came up short. I don't understand why we would do the same thing again. And Einstein had a great definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Don't do it. I'm the only conservative Republican up here that can actually win. That is why I need to be sent. And on top of that, look, I'm the only Republican that's going to abide by the Republican wishes. Look, I want to be very clear. I'm going to win, but if not, I'm not going to jeopardize the election, which means I'm going to throw my support to my opponent, I'm going to make sure I don't run as an independent, and I'm going to pull out of the race. Again, every Republican should be darn concerned that my opponent will live up to the same standard as a good Republican.
I stood up last year and fought for the conservative cause. People came out and supported me for the conservative cause, and they will vote for me again. Where were you, Matt? Where were you in October when you gave the maximum $2,400 to Dee Scazzafava? And furthermore, who did you vote for last year in the election? I think that'll tell how conservative you really are.